This meadow and grazing land by the river STOUT at Pond Mill is a breeding ground for snipe and kingfisher and the habitat of countless wildflowers. It's been described as one of the last unspoilt stretches of lowland in southern England, but it may not be the same for long. The STOUT floods once a year because the weirs round the locks can't discharge the flow quickly enough. The £3.5 million Thames Water Authority scheme proposes widening the weirs and reducing the risk of flooding to once in 10 years. That will save about 200 houses and factories from flood and give local farmers the opportunity to convert over 400 acres of these meadows into profitable arable land for wheat and barley. The hedgerows will vanish and, according to the Council for the Protection of Rural England, so will some of the important wildlife. The Council are also objecting to what they describe as an unjustifiable official secrecy about the economic calculations that TWA have made to justify the scheme's advantages.
At the moment, the scheme is quite private between the Water Authority and the Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries and Food. We are not being allowed to see the economic justification for the scheme. Well, that really is not good enough.
Thames Water said this morning that allegations of secrecy were grossly overemphasised, and work on flood control like this has been going on further downriver for the past 40 years. The cost-benefit calculations to justify the scheme were confidential because they contained personal details of local farmers and householders.
Oh, I think there are ways around that. You don't have to put the names of the farmers to individual fields. But let me tell you that the ratepayers of Hertfordshire and Essex are this year contributing over £1 million to the Water Authority. Now, are you going to tell them that they cannot see this economic justification because it's confidential? Well, really, that's taxation without representation.
Today, CPRE sent a letter of protest to Essex County Council, who, like its neighbour Hertfordshire, have already objected to the scheme. It'll take 7 years to complete the works, but there'll be no starting date whilst the present controversy continues. Michael Wilson, Thames News.